Hey YouTube, welcome back to Universe X, and oh man, today was an episode. Today was an episode of Daima. Now, I may have not been doing the last couple episodes because a lot of nothing was happening. It was just like action, but nothing was really getting added to the story really, and so I wasn't really inspired to touch on those. And we can always go back if you guys want me to, let me know in the comments. But this episode is wild. Not break the internet wild, but for a Dragon Ball fan, whew. So, this is your last warning. We're gonna get into some heavy spoilers, and so if you'd like to just wait until you see Daima, I suggest you click off this video now. Otherwise, we're gonna dive into this and break it down and just really glaze the entire episode because it was memorable. So yeah, that being said, we are this close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you like the video, and if you love the video, join the UniXFam today for more Dragon Ball and anime content by subscribing. That is right. And now, with your spoiler warning out of the way, let's hop in. So this episode starts off where the other one left off. Obviously, there's no time skips really in between these episodes, but you have Super Saiyan 3 Goku squaring off against Goma. And at first, it looks like Super Saiyan 3 Goku is able to put the beat down on Goma. He's like attacking him. He's dealing meaningful damage. He even has a moment where he puts a punch into Goma's kidneys from the front, bro. And then like Goma's like tweaking. But the Tertian Oculus, or the Tertian Oculus is this weird artifact. Like every time Goma seems to be getting beat in this episode, it just snaps back and it makes it better for Goma. Like Goma just gets a like this adaptation power, and it just becomes like really wild. So like basically what I'm getting from this is if Deborah wasn't the only demon lord in like history, like in the past, like I don't know how many thousands of years, that didn't have this stupid eye, he would have waxed the entire crew back in the Buu saga. But because he didn't have it, you know, everybody got to survive, and you know, that is what it is. So yeah, we keep going forward, and you basically have Super Saiyan 3 Goku going off, and eventually he just kind of looks like he's not necessarily winning right off the bat, and that's when everybody's like, okay, we gotta jump this guy. So you have the entire crew literally jumping this guy. You got people, you got like Majin Ku coming in, you've got freaking Tamagami 1, they're just all jumping in to try to like help, and Goma's not really having it. Like Tamagami 1 attacked Goma, Goku tried to sneak him, and then like just nothing really worked. Like Goma just launched Tamagami 1 off the screen and then just like caught Goku trying to sneak him, and it was like pretty funny. But you then have this like point where Ku sees Do sees Ku fighting, and he's like, wait, that's it. And just like Megamind clutching coming in, he comes over with this cookie and he's like, dude, or he's like, Ku, you can power up as well. It's Majin Du, right? Majin Ku's the cool one. Majin Du is the dummy one, I think. So yeah, Ku comes over and he's like, dude, you can do this. And he throws him the cookie and he's like, you can power up. And this leads to the funniest scene in the entire episode that I did not expect. Du eats the cookie, right? And like, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not messing this up real quick because I keep like going back and forth to names. It's just like my brain is not working. I'm still processing everything that was happening. But like basically, bro ends up eating this cookie, and after Majin Du eats the cookie, he starts powering up, and he actually imitates Goku. Like he looks at Goku next to him and he powers up, and he goes like Super Saiyan 3. Like his goo comes out and it turns into Super Saiyan 3 hair, and he's literally Super Saiyan 3 alongside Goku. It looks hilarious. And then they double team Goma. Pause. And basically it goes pretty well until Ku just bottoms out. Like Ku's literally fighting, and then just like, it's funny as crap too, because like Super Saiyan 3 always had that perceived time limit and the stress in the body, and Du's form of Super Saiyan 3 just like fizzles, and he's like, oh okay, yeah. And Ku's like, oh, I guess that cookie wore off. So you have that, and yeah, Goku's fighting and whatnot, and it's just not going well. Goma is thrashing him at this point. So Goma charges up this like blast, and he's just like, all right, bro, this is your end. This is your end. Like, I'm beast moding. There's nothing you can do about this. And then Goku is on the floor in Super Saiyan 3. Like, he gets laid out, and he's on the floor in Super Saiyan 3 awaiting this blast. And Neva just comes up. Neva is a walking game shark for this series. Like, bro just has all the cheat codes. And we've seen him buff the Tamagamis, and I thought that this was because I thought this buff happened because he made the Tamagamis, therefore had some sort of influence over them, right? But apparently that's not all he can do, because Homeboy comes over and legitimately like buffs the Goku. Like he has this energy in his hand and he drops it on the Goku. Now, a lot of people are saying already on social media this is kind of like an ass pull, but I'm gonna raise you the stakes here. This guy made the Dragon Balls, made the Tamagami, right? Well, sorry, he might have not made the Dragon Balls. I need to look back to see if he did, but he made the Tamagami. He erected a barrier that cut off Demon World 2 from 1 and 3. Bro over here could refresh the cooldown on Dragon Balls after summoning them. This dude is clearly like a level like 3 million mage. Like there's no way you can just be like, oh, he couldn't buff another thing. Like what we've seen Neva do is crazy. Like he has had these strong, like Moro was the magic guy, and I just don't think Moro has feats compared to Neva. Like this is insane. But Neva buffs Goku. We get a very interesting cutscene. Now, if you guys remember, I'm gonna just put it up in the corner because it's still sort of relevant. I had a theory, right? I had a theory that Super Saiyan 4 was going to be brought out in the Demon World, but not the same thing. Like a lot of everybody was like, oh, it's just gonna happen. But I was saying that I think that because the Ozarus have pointy ears, right, that they might be demons, or they might be descendants from demons. They turn into Ozarus under the full moon. Full moon is associated with magic. Dragon Ball Daima, Dragon Ball Magic, original working title. So my theory in that video goes into how I think that it's in their genealogy to have demon blood. And when Neva buffs Goku, it goes into his DNA. Like you see like strands of DNA, and it's almost like something's unlocking. And when that happens, you literally see Goku grow his tail back. You see Goku's muscles get bigger. He opens his eyes and they're red. And we don't get to see, like, if I'm not mistaken, we look at Goku's ears and they still look rounded after this. So I'm going to get back to this. But you basically see all of these things. Yep, he has rounded ears. You see all these things happen. And after you see his tail grow back, his eyes turn red, he spazzes. But when he does, he has the red Ozaru eyes when he's finishing the transformation, right before he just fully kirks out. And so I do think that Neva reached deep inside and like maybe just maximize his demonic DNA. Now, if you guys think that's something different, let me know. But yeah, I think that my theory has some groundwork. That the Saiyan DNA is descendants of a demonic race, and that this is like, they're gonna talk, maybe Neva's gonna talk about, oh, Saiyajins were like a long lost race from Demon World that, you know, intermingled with humans. Like maybe they actually did intermingle with humans and then fly off and then, you know, separated from humanity, which is why Saiyans could be compatible. I'll make a little theory with that later. I'll make a theory video with that a little later. So this is going to be something I think is really, really cool, and I'm super excited for it. Now, that being said, we have this transformation and it looks beautiful. You've been seeing panels of it pretty much this entire time. And after he hits Super Saiyan 4, we just get like the full look of it. I've heard that the working title Super Saiyan 4, he looks confused. Like he hits the form and he even looks down at himself and he's like, whoa, what is going on here? And I just put a full view on the screen. He looks a little interesting. Like he's thicker. Like his hands are actually bigger. He looks primitive. So like Primal is cool. I think this could lead into things like Broly. I would love to see that. But this is actually really, really awesome. And now that you have this happening, it's time to square off versus Goma. Like he's popping off and you see him fighting. His punches land on Goma. They are very, very powerful. Bro is hurting. The entire rest of the team just be looking on like, dang, this guy kind of cool, but we can't do nothing. And then you have them like going off. And you have this like cool moment where you have like they do a lot of things with the animation. Like it's dynamic, it's visually appeasing. It's the best fight scenes we've seen in Daima so far. You have this moment where like they crash into like a mountain or a rock range, and then you see like Goku in red, you see Goma in blue, and they have this like great juxtaposition, and it's beautiful. Like they cooked here so hard. And there's a point here where you have Goku going off and the rest of the crew's like, no, we gotta jump in this. And so you have this awesome scene where it's Super Saiyan 4 asterisk Goku, and it's what, Tamagami 1, Glorio, and Majin Do all fighting Goma. And then you have this cool moment where Goku gets on this like mesa, this plateau, this mesa, and he starts charging up the Kamehameha, and it looks so good, man. It looks so good. So yeah, you have this cool moment where he's doing this thing, and basically as he's like charging up, Glorio realizes this, and I can't find the good picture of Glorio for here, but Glorio realizes that Goku's trying to charge up, so he goes to buy him some time. He's looking over, and I thought he was gonna get a transformation because he's looking over and he looked kind of weak, right? And he's like powering up. And mind you, actually, right before this, I almost forgot to put this in, there is a split second, and this is the biggest indicator to me that Vegeta's about to get this transformation a little later, because it shows everybody went to go help except Vegeta. And before, I was like, man, why didn't Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3 and help Goku? Maybe he's gonna find the revive bug off screen. Nope. So now we have Vegeta over on here being like, dang, like I can't get up. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan 4, and yeah, that's when you have that scene. He's like, he's watching it, and he's like, I can't get up. So I think that we're gonna get Vegeta in this form as well. Like, Neba may do it. And I think, like, I'll have some theories. I'll have an updated theory episode later. But, yeah, this is actually just really, really crazy to me. So, you have Goku charging up this Kamehameha. It looks amazing. Piccolo fires a special beam cannon, and Glorio charges, like, his maximum output, like, lightning, to Glorio. Or, not to Glorio, to Goma. Goma does not care. Goma does not care. That stuff does not... Like, it hits him. Oh, it hits his blast. He fires the blast back at it. There's a beam struggle. Goma just doesn't care. He's OD right now. And basically, you have this really, really cool point where, yeah, you have this cool point where Goku gets like attacked. Like Goma breaks through the lines, and Goku gets attacked. And Goku tanks the hit. Well, first it looks like he's knocked out. He gets punched in the face. And you can see, like, he has no pupils. It looks like Goku is knocked out. But then Goku flips backwards, and there's this moment where everybody's like, oh no, Goku got hit. But Goku is just, like, still locked in. He holds it. He turns around slowly. It reminds you a lot like at the Kefla hit. But he turns around slowly, and he still has the Kamehameha. Like, he keeps talking. And then he fires it at almost, like, point-blank range. Not quite point-blank range. I guess it's not. That punch really did launch him pretty far. But he fires it, and Goma's like, oh, no. And the move hits. Like, the Kamehameha hits. There's amazing impact frames. We had this cool moment where Goku locks in. He's upside down. He fires his Kamehameha upside down. We got a Dokkan activate skill right here. We got a super... Like, we got a lot of stuff here. This is probably going to be his, like, ultimate move or some crap. And he fires it, and Goma, like, blocks it. Goma sees it coming, so he goes to block it. After he goes to block it, the Kamehameha has like flames on it. Like Goku puts his back into it and flames come on this thing. It's a flaming Kamehameha that's kind of reminiscent to 10 times. It's not a red Kamehameha, it's a Kamehameha with flames around it. Very, very cool. And then it blows up. And we're like, yo, like it's just amazing. Like it looks like Goma's down for a count. There's a huge crater. And then Goma comes out of the crater and he's huge. Bro is a freaking kaiju right now. Like he is absolutely huge. So he starts fighting, and basically at this point everybody's like, oh man, we're screwed. And one thing I do want to point out here, I gotta backtrack a little bit, is that Goku is not only in this Super Saiyan 4 thing, he not only looks like he got his genetic ancestry unlocked, but when he starts running, he's running like a monkey. Like I have this picture up on the screen right now, he's running on all fours, and it's just like beautiful. But like Goma comes up and Goma uses like this magic. Like first off, Goku cannot hold him in this form. He just cannot hold him in this form. It is not his day. But what he ends up doing is he ends up hitting him with this like orb. And this orb ends up trapping Goku and regressing him from Super Saiyan 4 to Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan to base. And he just like yoinks all of Goku's power-ups. And after Goku gets his power-ups yoinked, he's like, wow, man, this sucks. And like, he's at base form. But then Glorio gets a call, and it's from Arinsu, and Arinsu's like, bring me the last Dragon Ball. So Glorio goes over, and he asks Hibis for the Dragon Balls, and Hydus is like, bet, here you go. And he brings them over to Arensu, and they summon the dragon, and somehow Glorio, I guess, has learned Namekian. So he summons the dragon, and mind you, like, first off, this dragon is like a red. He's like a red Purunga, and like he just looked cool. The design's cool. I mean, it's not like anything incredibly new. Just think of the Dark Star Dragon Balls with or think of the red dragon that came in GT. But then also think of Purunga. That's pretty much what they look like together. You know, we just had that interview where Akio was saying that he was just saying that basically this was honoring GT because, you know, just there are adults that now have children that love Dragon Ball, and this is what that's supposed to honor. It's supposed to be like, you know, all like a show that longtime fans can introduce their children to and bridge the gap. And this is basically Purunga, who's red, and he is swole, he is jacked, he looks menacing. And Arensu's like, help me, or tell him to make me the Supreme Demon King. Magical power, like, that surpasses everybody. And Glorio is remembering all of his adventures with the crew, and he's starting to realize that maybe Arensu's not good. But he's also realizing that the crew has the power to do this. They don't need Arensu. So I think the next episode is called Betrayal, but the end of the episode is like, everybody's noticing the dragons there. They're starting to be like, no, he betrayed us. Like, Vegeta's like, man, screw this guy. Goma sees the dragon, and he's like, oh, hell no. And he tries to attack the dragon. And one of the funniest points of the video, I think, after like, or the episode after Doo's Super Saiyan 3 moment, is that Purunga literally just sees Goma coming, and even though Goma's putting the smackdown on SS4 Goku, literally Purunga just flicks him away. And I like the flicks because if you guys remember, Purunga has that like, okay, and he definitely puts his hand up in like the same position and just flicks Goma away. So it was just pretty funny like that. But Glorio talks in Namekian, and one of the words he says is like child, like it's like childripa or whatever. Like it looks like children. I am pretty sure that because of this, and when the dragon grants the wish, like I'm showing the frames on the screen, the dragon grants the wish, and you see the eternal dragon just being like, it shatters, right? Like it looks like the dimension shattered. I think this is because the wish that Goma made was like a realm altering wish, and the dragon just shattered this. I'm pretty sure that the Glorio just wished them to be adults again. We just saw the preview for the next episode is called Betrayal. Well, the next episode is called Betrayal, and the preview shows nothing. It shows not a single good guy. It shows Glorio, it shows Arensu. So I'm pretty sure they're hiding the fact that everybody's an adult now. And this is the cool thing that happens here. They're foreshadowing a lot with Vegeta. Vegeta, when everybody went to go jump Goma, Shin got up, Piccolo got up, Glorio got up. The only person who did not get up was Vegeta. For some reason, he just got wrecked too hard. But I think this is because when they become adults, Goku and Vegeta are going to be Super Saiyan 4. I think this is not the end for this form. I do have some theories on what's going to happen. I'm going to put that all in another video. There's going to be 2 videos I'm going to put up this week. I'm going to put up a updated Saiyan theory, and then I'm going to also put up a theory for the last 2 episodes of Daima, and I hope you guys enjoy that. But, yeah, like, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I think that this episode had action. I think that this episode had flair. The animation was on point. I don't even like GT, but I really did like the way they incorporated Super Saiyan, and I do think they just expand the Saiyan mythos, and that's what I want. I want world building from Dragon Ball. But let me know what you guys think. Like I said, if you like the video, and if you love the video, maybe even think about hitting that subscribe button, and we will see you multiple times this week, because we've got later today Dokkan's 10th anniversary part 2 live stream to reveal the details. We're going to break that down. We've got the summons probably coming out later tonight. We're going to do that. I got my Daima theory videos. We're going to do those this week, and then we're going to have more Dokkan content as well as Daima next Friday. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Later.